Ukrainian forces advanced 5 kilometers into Russia's Kursk region during assault. Russian army losing troops faster than it can recruit. And how Zelenskyy to lead Ukraine's delegation at Munich Security Conference. The latest news next. During a new series of mechanized assaults in Russia's Kursk region, Ukraine's defense forces advanced up to 5 kilometers southeast of Sudzha, the Institute for the Study of War reports.
Geolocated footage published on February 6th indicates that Ukrainian forces recently advanced southwest of Makhnovka and north and east of Cherkasskaya Konopelka along the 38 K028 Sudzha-Oboyan highway and seized Kolmakov and Fanaseyevka.
The Institute for the Study of War also noted that Russia, in an attempt to expel Ukrainian forces from the Kursk region, has gathered around 78,000 troops, including 11,000 North Korean soldiers, elements of most of Russia's elite VDV airborne forces and naval infantry formations. The Russian army is losing more soldiers on the battlefield than it recruits under contract, but it is still relying on mercenaries and North Korean troops, according to Ukraine's Deputy Defense Minister, Lieutenant General Ivan Havriluk, in an interview with Ukrinform. According to Havriluk, at least 427,000 troops were recruited under contract into the Russian army in 2024.
That means the Russian army was replenished by approximately 36,000 troops each month. However, in the last quarter of 2024 and in January 2025, the aggressor has been losing more than 40,000 soldiers per month on the battlefield in Ukraine.
At the same time, Havriluk noted that Putin is increasingly drawing prisoners, residents of temporarily occupied territories, North Korean soldiers and mercenaries from various countries into his ranks. In other words, the Russian army is in a deficit if we don't count mercenaries and North Korean troops, he stated. Havriluk added that Moscow still has a vast mobilization resource inside Russia. He said many of them are currently replenishing the army, and it doesn't matter whether financial incentives or propaganda are working more effectively. On the night of February 7th, Russia used over 100 drones against Ukraine. Air defense units operated in 13 regions of the country, the Air Force of the Armed Forces of Ukraine reports. On the night of February 7th, 2025, starting from 7 p.m. Kyiv time on February 6th, Russia attacked Ukraine with 112 Shahed strike drones and decoy UAVs of various types. The enemy launched the targets from the following directions: Kursk, Oryol, Milerova, Bryansk, Shatalovo. The air attack was repelled by aviation, anti-aircraft missile forces, electronic warfare units and mobile fire groups of the Air Forces and Defense Forces of Ukraine, the message says. As of 9 a.m. on Friday, February 7th, 81 Shahed strike drones and other types of UAVs were confirmed destroyed in the following regions: Kharkiv, Poltava, Sumy, Kyiv, Черкаси, Чернігів, Кіровоград, Житомир, Хмельницький, Запоріжжя, Дніпропетровськ, Миколаїв, Odessa. In addition, 31 enemy decoy drones were lost locally, with no negative consequences. However, due to the enemy attack, the Sumy, Kyiv and Khmelnytsky regions were affected. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy will head Ukraine's delegation at the Munich Security Conference, which will take place from February 14th to 16th, the Associated Press reports. The Munich Conference will also be attended by U.S. Special Representative for Ukraine and Russia, Keith Kellogg, and U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. Yermak, who will also participate in the conference, stated that the Ukrainian delegation will present the country's position on ending the war and its vision for achieving a lasting and sustainable peace. According to the head of the presidential office, Ukraine hopes to discuss what security guarantees can be applied to prevent another Russian aggression. Yermak noted that a meeting between Zelenskyy and U.S. President Donald Trump has not yet been scheduled but should happen as soon as possible. He added that efforts are being made to arrange it. The head of the presidential office confirmed that Kellogg will visit Ukraine at the end of February after the Munich Security Conference.
I think it's important that we go through these consultations and negotiations before the Trump administration has any plans, because our position is that it's impossible to have, and will be a big mistake to have, any plans without participation by Ukraine in preparing this plan.
Regarding Trump's reported interest in Ukraine's rare earth metals, Yermak noted that there have been no discussions on the topic yet. However, he added that Ukraine is considering a partnership with the US after the war, and this is part of its broader strategy. Julian Bulay, head of the Alliance of Liberals and Democrats for Europe group in the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, warns in an interview with the RBC Ukraine that there is a real possibility that Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin could strike a deal behind the backs of both Ukraine and Europe, drawing from historical precedent.
As a Romanian, the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact is something that is very much a matter of awareness in Romania. And that precedent shows us that we should never exclude any type of dialogue that could take place.
The MP noted that for now he's trying not to war without sufficient grounds. But I would like us not to exclude any scenario that we don't have any control over right now, he added. Donald Trump has repeatedly wanted to negotiate a deal with Vladimir Putin. The details of his plan remain unclear, but statements from his team suggest that Ukraine may be pressured to make concessions to the aggressor. That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe.